everybody, and a warm welcome to you from Estadio Caciquie Diriangén in Diriamba, Nicaragua, as the CONCACAF Central American Cup rolls on tonight. We're in Group C as Diriangén of Nicaragua play host to Costa Rican powerhouse Club Sport Herediano in Nicaragua tonight. Sean St. Jacques here with you. Happy to be with you for this one as we take a look at the pitch conditions in Nicaragua tonight. 82 degrees, 10% chance of some precipitation, but the sun is poking out on the left-hand side of your screen, so we're hoping that Mother Nature is ready to go, just like these two teams are tonight as we take a look at the CONCACAF Central American Cup bracket. We are in Group C, bottom left-hand corner of the left quadrant, of course. Diriangén, an up-and-coming side in Nicaragua who have continued to push the boundaries in their CONCACAF journeys, taking on a fixture in this competition. Not a defending champion, but one of the former champions, CS Herediano, the 2018 winners of the Scotiabank CONCACAF League, are here in Nicaragua tonight, and they are hoping to make more CONCACAF memories in the now Central American Cup. Well, Diriangén have had big opposition come here in the past. Herediano are as big as they come. Mentioned it earlier, CONCACAF League champions back in 2018. They have been a fixture in the aforementioned, or I should say, old mentioned, of course, the CONCACAF Champions League, now the Champions Cup as well. They've had so much history in both of those competitions. Just because the name change doesn't mean that the tradition changes for the yellow and reds, of course, of Herediano. There they are. They've made the trip from Costa Rica. They will be in loud and proud voice this evening. Make no mistake about that. But Diriangén have plenty to prove as well here tonight. They have a chance to not only make some history with another win in the Central American Cup in their history, but to do it against one of the former champions in a very, very loaded Group C would be a massive achievement for Jose Giacon and his group tonight. Believe it or not, these two have met before back in the early 90s, twice in a week in late December of 1993. Within a week of each other, and Herediano won both games by a combined score of 9-2. So Diriangén, for that match, are looking for a little bit of retribution, but of course many of the players on both sides were not born yet when those games were played in late 1993. But it is the tradition. It is how CONCACAF tends to work with these tournaments. Teams that either have never played or haven't played in some time tend to find themselves back together again. And not many better places to do that than in Nicaragua tonight. Diriangén have a chance to really make a statement here in Group C. Comunicaciones are leading the group after a win over Real España on their first game, but it's Herediano who are hoping to once again show that they are one of the top dogs in CONCACAF in the Central American Cup as well. You can see from the pictures we're showing you, we're expecting a good crowd and a great atmosphere here at the Estadio Caciquie Diriangén in Nicaragua tonight. We will step aside, we will see the players, we'll meet the captains and the officials, we'll get to the starting lineups, and we'll get to the highly anticipated kick between Diriangén and CS Herediano in Nicaragua tonight.
Vamos, gente, dale.
Jean St. Jacques back here with you, getting you set for this one in Group C, the Central American Cup. And we're in Nicaragua tonight. It is a really highly anticipated matchup, so let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. Diriangén under coach Jose Giacon, hoping to make some more history in the Central American Cup this evening. And Lionel Buter and Luis Coronel up front, hoping to be the big goal scorers tonight. It is a 4-4-2 for the host this evening. And they're hoping that those are the two, 9 and 20 up front, the white and the blacks of Diriangén, looking to do the business in front of goal against a very strong Herediano back line and goalkeeper as well. Eric Teles captains the side for the black and whites of Diriangén, as both teams take their customary team photos here in Nicaragua. First meeting since 1993, the end of 1993. It was middle of December, and they played twice in a week in CONCACAF play. And Herediano won both of the matchups. Nelson Salgado of Honduras leads a Honduran officiating crew this evening in Nicaragua, as the captains are about to meet at midfield. Just for those curious, there is no VAR. So what they say goes here tonight. Herediano's captain is Yeltsin Tejada. And Herediano's lineup under Justin Campos looks like this. And Jesus Godinez, Alejandro Bran, and Tejada himself will be looking to do the damage up front with 5 in the midfield. Elias Aguilar and Ronaldo and Daryl Araya will be looking to be very compact and strong, as we've come to expect from Herediano in the past. Aaron Cruz is in goal for the visitors. Nine to 2 between the last two games these two teams played. But again, many of these players were not around back then. So it is somewhat of a CONCACAF rivalry renewed in a new era of the competition. And we are excited to bring it to you. You can already kind of feel the atmosphere building here in Nicaragua. It feels like a big night. It is a big night in the CONCACAF Central American Cup group stage. Group C, already Comunicaciones putting 3 points on the board. These two teams will be looking to match, and with that +2 goal difference for Comunicaciones, the winner could potentially, depending on the margin of the score, take the top spot in Group C as the Central American Cup rolls on in the month of August. It is black and white against red and yellow this evening in Nicaragua, and we await Nelson Salgado's whistle. It is going to be Diriangén who will be kicking us off from right to left, and they get us started here in Group C, CONCACAF Central American Cup. Diriangén are in control against Club Sport Herediano of Costa Rica. We are very anxious to see how this one will play out in a very, very deep Group C. These are two teams that'll be hoping to be in the top 2 when it's all said and done and advance to the quarterfinal round of this tournament. And it always is important to make a good first impression in a group stage. Comunicaciones know all about that. We will see if one of these two can match that effort here tonight. December 15th, 1993. Feels like a different time. That was the last time these two met. In the time CONCACAF Champions Cup, it was 29 years ago. There's no better time like the present to renew the old grudge match. We will see how it plays out with Herediano on the back foot initially here, but the cross into the middle goes over the top of Aaron Cruz's goal, and it's out for a goal kick to the men in red and yellow tonight. Little touch and turn defensively. Axel Quiros. And Cruz needs a little bit of help. Good press from Diriangén. Nearly proved fruitful on the back end. Herediano a little bit lackadaisical for a moment, but they clean up their own mess and they win a throw-in on the far side. We will see how the crowd will impact this game tonight. There's always so many good atmospheres in this competition, and those atmospheres can change games. There's no question about that. Herediano have played in the big games, in the big crowds. We'll see how they can deal with it. Cross into the middle, looking for Coronel, headed away, not definitively cleared, however. It's cushioned back into the penalty area. It makes its way all the way through to Cruz. Now Coronel and Bouter up front for Diriangén. Going to prove to be very important players tonight. We talked about them in the lineups, and they're going to be putting in some challenges. They're going to be putting on some pressure, and a challenge came in there. It was late. Lionel Bouter. Referee has a word with him. But that's the kind of pressure that Diriangén's going to want to put on the visitors tonight, the former champions back in 2018. Let's see, he clips him on the way through. It was late, but a message, hopefully from a Diriangén point of view, was sent. They're going to try to make life difficult, and Herediano play it out of the back, and they win it back again, high up the field. Can they create something from this? It's a lovely ball through the middle. It could open up to a chance, and it does nearly open up here for Diriangén once again. Matthias Valise was trying to get in behind, and he nearly got a shot away there. Good early pressure continues to ramp up here for the hosts. And Herediano, not once but twice, nearly caught out. Can Aguilar and company slow things down there? Aguilar is fouled. Justin Campos, I think on the near side, was asking for a yellow card. It hasn't been given. Just a foul, a free kick, and Herediano play on. Diriangén, it's the third consecutive season they've been in the CONCACAF competitions, trying to get into the Champions Cup for the first time in the club's history. And they'd have to make a deep run in this competition to get to the semis if they're going to do that. Big performance on nights like this tend to be difference makers. The home games in particular for teams can prove to be oh so crucial. Can you protect home field? And that is what is tasked for Diriangén FC tonight. Set piece opportunity here for the hosts. Valise lifting it into the penalty area. It was dealt with on the backside. Out of play it goes, but it's going to stay with the hosts. There is a player still down for Diriangén in the penalty area. They were asking the referee if there was maybe elbow to head contact. Bouter got the worst of it, it appears. The striker. Another look at it. And maybe there was head-to-head contact there. Not sure if there was elbow to head contact on that leap from Everardo Rubio, the defender for Herediano. And it really goes without saying at this point, you can't be too careful in situations like this. If there is an issue, it needs to be addressed. When it comes to head injuries, and just curious if it was the follow-through or if it was the initial elbow that was lifted by Rubio. And again, clearly no ill intent. Both players going for the ball. It just happens from time to time, and we just hope that Lionel Bouter is okay. As you can see, there are some substitutes, I should say, warming up for Diriangén, just in case. There's Deshaun Forbes, you briefly saw, number 30, in white and black. Good to see Bouter get back onto his feet. It does look like he had a little bit of a cut to deal with. His medical staff were attending to. Well, Diriangén are on the attack, so if they do have to play without a man for a few minutes, it's not necessarily detrimental. They can create something from this, and they play it quickly. There was a decent opportunity in the middle. Coronel made a good run towards the 6-yard box there. But in the end, it was redirected out of play for a goal kick, and Coronel did get a boot to that. You can see on the replay, he was the last to touch it. Keep an eye on Lionel Bouter. He's still being attended to on the far side. Meanwhile, Brand down this near side for Herediano. Can they get out of their own half, frankly? The Costa Rican side, they've really not been able to create anything yet. It's been back foot and last-ditch defending so far for Justin Campos' boys. Their first real foray forward could happen here. Nice little run in behind, a little hesitation move there to let the ball roll through, and a free kick is given to Herediano. That was the back end of it. It was a nice little take to let the ball roll through initially, and then once the control came, so did the challenges, and it leads to a free kick for the visitors here. Herediano makes something of it. It's played square, and then the pass into the middle did not take a deflection on the way through. Interesting little move there off the training ground, you would presume. Ronaldo Araya just trying to thread it through. In the end, nobody home in red and yellow for Herediano, and the attack fizzles out. Comunicaciones beating Real España 3-1 on match day 1 in this group. They are currently at the top. Real España certainly not out of it. It's only one game, but they're currently at the bottom. Aguila are the odd team out that hasn't played yet in this group, but they will certainly have their say, as there was another coming together there in the middle of the park. Coronel, the other striker, was involved. He tried to swing his boot through it, as did Alejandro Bran, and they both got the wrong end of it. Bran is back up onto his feet. Coronel hopefully will follow suit. You can see there that Bouter has rejoined us with the bandage on his head. There's Bran. Herediano quickly restart the play. They're not going to waste any time here. Araya. Out wide it goes. Herediano build into the game. Can they get a foothold into this game? Hasn't happened yet. Could it happen here? They'll thread it down to this near side. Cross attempted, blocked on its way through. Nice little control by Valise. He cleared it initially, but Herediano do win it back quickly here. It's flared out wide, little back heel from Ronaldo Araya. Cross into the middle. Is cleared away, not definitively though. Herediano can build again. Quiros is able to thread that nicely. In the end, it It was Elias Aguilar whose pass was a bit astray, but Herediano keep possession. Goes down the line nicely. First time ball into the penalty area. It was dangerous, and it just needed a touch on the way through. Eric Tellez, the captain for Diriangén, did just enough to put off Godinez, I should say, in the penalty area. It was a beautiful ball, searching ball into the penalty area. See there, Bouter had that bandage on. He's returned to the play. Here's the moment. Godinez just needs to get a touch onto it, but maybe put off just enough by the captain, Eric Tellez. In the end, Alfonso Quesada didn't have to make a save there, the goalkeeper for Diriangén. That is what Herediano can do, and they can do it quickly. Didn't take them much time when they got possession to create a chance. It's a foul, it's a free kick, won by Jonathan Zapata. Go Diriangén's way. Very interesting start to the game, it must be said. Diriangén for the first nearly 10 minutes were all over Herediano. As soon as Herediano got any bit of possession, you can see why they're one of the class teams in the region. Didn't take them very long at all to come up with something in the attacking third. Always headed back towards the byline. That's going to go out of play. It's a goal, I beg your pardon, a corner kick for Diriangén. Back line for Herediano, maybe a bit of miscommunication there. They didn't quite get that right. And now they have a set piece to defend because of it. Cavaliz wants another ball. And already there's speculation of time wasting here from Herediano point of view. I think that Diriangén are trying to be truthful here. They just needed another ball. Quite early in the game to be worried about something like that. Cavaliz's ball in, it's headed on, and it's headed in! Diriangén strike first! It's a towering header from Luis Copete. And the underdogs strike first in Nicaragua. They lead by a goal to nil. I'm not sure Luis Copete has had a touch on the ball before that one. If it is his first touch of the match, it's a golden touch, and it's a beautiful start for the Nicaraguans here. What a header that is, in traffic. And it is the defender Copete who heads it home to give Diriangén a dream start here. And Herediano had a few brief moments of reprieve, but they gave away that set piece rather cheaply, and they pay the price for it. What a moment for Luis Copete. What a 15 minutes for Diriangén. And what a response are we going to see from Herediano? We saw some brief good moments from them, but from a set piece, Diriangén have taken the lead. Cross comes into the middle, looking for a response here. Herediano, can they find one here? It's a good little turn. Shot does come in. It was put back on towards the 6-yard box. It is cleared away, not definitively. Queiroz chipping it into the penalty area. A cross comes in, big chance in the middle, blocked away. Second try, Copete blocks with his head. A third chance, blocked as well. Still not cleared. Herediano immediately knocking back on the door. Ball is played centrally. Axel Quiros again. Aguilar. Fouled, free kick for Herediano. Well, you could see bodies on the ground here for Diriangén. There was at least 2 big blocks in the penalty area on Herediano shots. I mean, talk about giving up your body to help the cause for your team. And it was the goal scorer, Copete, who made one of the big blocks in there. It was on the second shot. Well, yellow card has come out. We'll come back to that. Aguilar, see, they're brought down with a tardy challenge. Referee took a yellow card out of his pocket. Well, that's why the yellow card came out. It ends up being a yellow card for the man who won the free kick, Elias Aguilar. Well, we can tell already how much this game means to both teams. There was no argument there, but the arguments do continue here on this near side. Not sure what Diriangén were complaining about there initially, but here's one of the staff may have been sent out here. Oh, that's exactly what's happened, yes. A red card has come out. Possibly, you would think, for dissent. And Elias Aguilar was booked for Herediano, but clearly there was still more that the Diriangén coaching staff under Jose Giacon had to say, and a red card has been shown. Aguilar from the set piece, it's headed, and it is headed wide and out of play, but it is a corner for the visitors upcoming. More defending for Diriangén to do here. From the corner, it is a brave header. Bouter with his bandage wrapped around his head. He's able to deal with it initially. Kept alive by Ronaldo Araya. Araya gets it back and he finds some space. Dinks it out to the far side. 3 players around it defensively for Diriangén to stop a shot from coming in. Herediano keep pushing here, but a little cross into the penalty area there. Didn't have much behind it, and it trickles out of play for a goal kick. Again, just to confirm, the red card was shown to Diriangén head coach Jose Giacon. Again, it came after the Aguilar yellow card against Herediano. Clearly more was said to see the Diriangén coach get sent off. Well, you'd presume that Diego Giacon, the assistant coach, head assistant for Diriangén, will now be in charge, keeping it in the family for the hosts. And we'll see how, if at all, that impacts the game moving forward. Sent forward, Francisco Flores. Coronel controls for Diriangén. Near side, it's Flores again, back into the middle. Dealt with initially, but Herediano didn't definitively clear it initially, but now, after that challenge, It's a free kick, and a yellow card comes out as well. Jonathan Zapata has his name taken by the referee. Maybe a foul, but he does get a bit of the ball there, but he does get plenty of the player. That's where that 50-50 challenge comes in, and at that point, really, it could go either way. Could have just been a foul, could have been a yellow. In the end, it is a booking for Zapata. Diriangén, great extra effort here defensively. They win it back again. Herediano do well to regain possession quickly after losing it. Quiros running out of room, wins a throw-in. Another challenge comes in. Herediano asking for a free kick. It's just going to be a throw. It has been physical so far. There's no question about that. There was a couple of big challenges that came inside of the first few minutes in this game. Diriangén have clearly set the tone, and they've done so on the score sheet as well. Luis Copete has the opening goal for Diriangén. That is where we stand so far, midway through an enthralling and compelling first half of Group C action. CONCACAF Central American Cup. Anytime Herediano have had it, though, they've been very threatening. They've had multiple shots blocked inside of the penalty area. Quiros just trying to find some space. Just bundling around the edge of the penalty area, but Herediano can cross this into the middle. Oh, it's a free header in there, not redirected. A bicycle kick on the back end is sent over the top by Jesus Godinez. More threatening moments from Herediano, but neither attempt hit the target in the end. Let's go Godinez. He went for the spectacular, and to be fair to him, didn't have too many other options with his back to goal, and he was surrounded by one or two, maybe even three Diriangén defenders. Didn't have enough space, so made some space, but sent it soaring over the top of the goal in the end. I have to commend the defensive work from Diriangén so far. Yes, there's been some last-ditch tackles and some, at times, unorganized defending, but boy, have they brought the effort and the passion required in a game like this so far. And they've gotten their reward with that opening goal. Zapata sends it over the top here. Moncada wins a throw-in for Diriangén. A little bit about Diriangén's history in this competition. And Herediano, of course, are former champions 5 years ago, back in 2018. They qualified with one of the best accumulated records among non-champions during the 2022-2023 season in Costa Rica. They have plenty of Champions League, now Champions Cup history as well. Always been a team to be reckoned with, Herediano, but Diriangén been up to the task so far. Diriangén in CONCACAF League, the old name for this competition, did get to the quarterfinals in 2022. They're looking for just their second ever win in the competition. What a scalp they could get tonight if they can continue this great start. Bring that momentum throughout the rest of the game, as that is a challenge that was a little bit late there from Axel Quiros. Sent forward by the captain, Tellez. And that is going to be a foul and a free kick going Diriangén's way here. Buter wins a set piece for the hosts. Despite the bandage, Buter is not afraid to go right back after it as far as heading the ball. And actually, he was elbowed again near the top of his head. That one was much more clear-cut than the first one, where it looked like it was more head-to-head contact. At the moment, Diriangén have another set-piece chance here. They've already converted one from a corner. Is whipped in. Oh, it had to be punched away. Cavali's putting the ball into the penalty area. Cruz couldn't catch. He only was able to parry it. Diriangén still have it. It was an ambitious effort. Luis Coronel, well outside of the penalty area, takes aim but skies it. Thought for a moment that Aaron Cruz was going to catch that. He thought better of it. The referee is actually trying to send Buter back to the touchline. I think he has some more blood still coming out from the bandages that were put on him earlier in this first half. Look at the possession there. Herediano have looked dangerous with the ball at their feet, but they've not been clinical so far, and that's because of good Diriangén defending. Diriangén just needed that one set-piece moment, and they converted it. Shot is driven into the penalty area. And the whistle goes. Didn't see a signal initially there. It was controlled by Jesus Godinez. I thought it was an offside flag initially that had gone up, but the referee has stopped the play. As you see there, Buter getting more bandage work done. Multiple players are still asking the referee what the verdict of that decision was, and I think it was a stoppage to make sure Buter could get off the field. Be my best educated guess. It allows Diriangén to reset. You see there, 15th minute, Luis Copete has put Diriangén in front in this Group C tilt. Oh, lovely little dummy. A run in behind here, Diriangén. Can they get more numbers into the penalty area? Coronel is brought down. Free kick for the hosts. Great individual effort from the forward. It's another set-piece chance here for Diriangén. It was the lovely little dummy initially, and then he's almost begging an Herediano player to stick a leg in, and they oblige. Saw briefly there, Lionel Buter is trotting back on and with a fresh bandage on his head, around his head, I should say. 20 in white and black. And Herediano know that this is a big moment in the match. Can they defend the set pieces better than they have so far? is whipped in, it's dangerous! And it does go in, but it's a foul. Buter takes out Aaron Cruz. And as you may have already guessed, this will not count as a goal, even though it did go over the line. Buter clearly fouls the goalkeeper, and it will be an Herediano free kick. Another look, it's whipped in with a lot of venom and pace here, but it's well held by Cruz. Didn't have to go too far to get to it. And Buter absolutely takes him out here. And it is a clear-cut free kick. Herediano have done well when they've been able to play through Diriangén's high press. Very patient and methodical. They still need the finishing touch in the final third. Queiroz. A triangular passing move on this near side. Aguilar sends it back. Ferron, along with the back line made of Rubio. Can Herediano strike back before the end of the first half? Took a little nick on the way through. Throw in for Herediano. And then it's a rare miscue there. Queiroz is not able to control it. Diriangén winning the ball back. It's a throw. As you can see there, there's a new face patrolling the sideline. Jose Giacon was sent off earlier in this first half for dissent. Referee clearly didn't like what he heard, sent him off. It's Diego Giacon. The rest of the staff for Diriangén that are going to take it the rest of the way as far as on the field. Referee brings this one back. Another late challenge comes in. Yellow card for Lionel Buter, the striker. He's had a couple of those already tonight. Got a look, and he was not going to get away with that one. Ferron was able to get the ball away, but then he was absolutely taken out. Buter just had one on the goalkeeper earlier as well, had a couple in the first few minutes, so just from the accumulation alone, not just the challenge, Buter sees yellow. Tell that has been the message to Diriangén tonight. Be physical, even if it means getting a couple of bookings. Send the message that we are going to fight. And they've done it rather well so far, with 10 minutes and change left in the half. Nice clean challenge. Cavaliz wins it back. Buter. Again, T.S. Cavaliz wins a free kick. A couple of his tackles have been clean as a whistle. Midfielder. He's been on set pieces a good chunk of this game tonight. They're coming together with Buter and Ferron. He's going to have to be careful, and there is that line that you have to tread when you're aggressive and physical in games, especially on a yellow card. Well, we told you that Diriangén were going to be physical. They've been putting a lot of pressure on Herediano. You can see, I should say, that foul stat we briefly had up there for you. Diriangén have been able to create chances from it. Buter, Coronel couldn't quite control it, and Herediano might be able to break here. And Aguilar twist turned around. It's a tactical foul, and it's a free kick for the visitors. Pretty clear that Jason Coronel knew what he was doing there. Would have easily been booked there, I must say, the midfielder. Sometimes when it's that deliberate, referees won't give you a warning, they'll just give you the caution. The yellow card that goes along with it. Nice little delicate touch by Godinez, and brief moment of indecision there from Diriangén, but they do clear their lines. Here's the goal scorer, Luis Copete, making sure everyone stays firm at the back for the hosts. Coronel shepherds it out. Throw in on the far side. Well, the atmosphere has been very, very good so far here in Nicaragua. Cheering on for their beloved La Tribu, as they're called, the tribe. And Diriangén have not disappointed so far. They've been in full voice on the field and off the field. And they're in full voice here as the decision goes Herediano's way. Pushing a chase down this near side. There was contact, foul and a free kick going Herediano's way. I think it's for the initial challenge, not the clearance. The goal for Diriangén came back in the 15th minute, so they've gone quite some time here being able to hold on to their lead, the hosts. Can they take that lead into halftime? That's the next box to check off here for the Nicaraguan side. We're defending to do here. Aguilar. Oh, there's miscommunication off the initial throw. Queiroz wasn't ready for it. It is Diriangén's throw. That's where you see that from Herediano point of view. Perhaps it's a sign that it has been a little bit disjointed in the final third at times, but then they find a way to put it together when you don't think they're going to put together a challenge. And now defending to do here for the visitors. Diriangén trying to lead the break. On the far side, it's Moncada. He's dispossessed and cannot win the ball back. In the end, Herediano will settle for a throw on the far side. Back in '93, again, both games were within a week of each other. In December, the last time these two met. Herediano won the first meeting 5-0. It was 4-2 Herediano in the second meeting. That's when Diriangén were able to get a couple of goals, but didn't get the result. It's a foul, and it's a free kick. Guter helps to alleviate some pressure here for Diriangén. Well, the yellow card is out as well for the challenge. Nelson Tejada, the captain for Herediano, sees yellow. And that is the reason why. I think he follows through there. Tejada and Aguilar, the two yellows for Herediano. It's been Zapata and Guter, the two, along with a coach's red card for Diriangén. Guter's been in the middle of so many of these aerial challenges, and maybe he was taken out there from Ferron. It looked like that. And it will be a free kick. From the initial live view, it didn't look as bad, but great work from our camera crew Get the backside angle of that, and it's very clear that Ferron takes him out before the ball gets there. Gavaliz will get ready to send this into the penalty area. Cruz is able to read it and catch it for Herediano. Now Aguilar looks to lead the break here for the visitors. More in yellow and red joining him in the attack. Nice little ball sliced through. Trying to keep the move going. There's more men coming. Back for Aguilar. Lovely ball down this far channel. First time ball in by Aguilar. It's headed towards goal. Godinez was able to head it towards goal. I think that was going to be on target, but didn't have nearly enough power behind it to trouble Quesada. Buter. Pressured by two Herediano defenders. He loses out. Oh, and that looked to be a clean challenge initially from Coronel. Referee disagrees. It's a free kick. Looked like he got a good chunk of the ball there. Looked like it was a very well-timed tackle, but referee saw a different view. Nice interplay in tight space there for Herediano. Could it open up for them here? Jesus Godinez gets into the penalty area. It's well defended by the captain, Tellez. Out for just a throw. Aguilar. Just trying to poke it through, and Queiroz find some space. Can he find a teammate? He does find a teammate. But the first time strike from Miguel Basulto is sent over the top of Quesada's goal. It was a good layoff. Not a bad effort, but it was always rising in the end from Basulto. Buter tries to win the header. Herediano might still have some time left here to find a reply at the end of this first half. They've trailed for half an hour. We're told there's going to be a big chunk of stoppage time at the end of this first half, and there is. There's 4 more minutes to go in this first half in Nicaragua. Estadio Caciquie Diriangén has provided a lovely soundtrack to the game. Both sets of supporters have helped in that regard. It's Herediano on the attack at the end of the half, and Quesada didn't have to do too much in the end. It was coming together of heads to try to get on the end of that cross, and not nearly enough power behind it from an Herediano point of view to beat the goalkeeper. Eric Tellez, the captain, Diriangén is slow to continue here. Another look. 3 players actually went up for it initially. It nearly slipped all the way through to Buter. In the end, headed back for Cruz to collect. There's been a few isolated, well, 5 to 10 minutes in this first half where Herediano have been able to, almost at will, cut their way through Diriangén, but then other times the hosts have been very compact, well positioned. They haven't let anything through. On the other end, it's just been a few set-piece moments where Herediano have not been able to deal with it, and now trailing leg leads to another foul, another free kick, and another yellow card, this time for Everardo Rubio. It was a nice little transitional marauding run from Gavaliz. And he wins the set piece here for Diriangén. Would have been away, frankly, if it weren't for that foul that Rubio conceded, but he does pick up a yellow card for his troubles here. It's another set piece for Diriangén. Could they add a second here? Gavaliz. Copete heading it centrally, but referee does spot an infraction before the follow-up header was put in. Obviously won't count. And it is a free kick for Herediano. It's going to be interesting to see what the halftime team talk will comprise from an Herediano point of view. They've had a lot of the ball, they've had a good amount of chances, but they have not been clinical enough in the final third. And Diriangén, with their big chance, they took it. And they are ahead on the stroke of halftime. A marauding run there. Coronel for Melvin Hernandez. Hernandez's pass picked off. Another late challenge comes in. Referee does bring it back. It is another foul, a free kick, and now this time it's Jason Coronel who is booked. Well, Diriangén. It's clear as day. Late challenge, and could have let him go, didn't. Confirmed yellow for Jason Coronel. Leads to a set-piece opportunity here for the Costa Ricans at the end of this half. It's played short. Chipped towards the back post for a volley chance. Ends up being more of a pass across the face of goal, and in the end, Jesus Godinez not able to get his head to it, and it's a goal kick. And that is the last act of the first half. Well, it was very, very compelling, very physical, and very enthralling here in Nicaragua. That man, Luis Copete, has Diriangén in front after the first 45 minutes has been played. It has been physical, plenty of yellow cards to keep in mind going in to the second half as well, and it is very well poised for the second 45 minutes in Group C in the CONCACAF Central American Cup. It's Diriangén 1, Herediano 0 at the half in Nicaragua. Herediano have been active. They had 76% of the possession so far, but have not been able to find the back of the net just yet. As you see there, Joseph Bolaños looks to be coming on here as a halftime substitution. He is not the only one, and he's going to come on as well. Kennedy Roca, he's trotting on as well for Herediano. They're both attacking players, so Herediano do feel that they need to switch things up in the final third if they are going to get back into the match. Can Diriangén pick up another win in this competition, formerly known as CONCACAF League, now CONCACAF Central American Cup? And in Group C here, this game is still very much on a knife edge. It was very physical and hard fought in the first half, but Diriangén took the big chance in the 15th minute. Pete has the hosts in front for now. We'll see if La Tribu, the tribe, can keep it up in the second half. And as I say that, shot does come in. Cortines takes aim. In the end, it's a good save from Alfonso Quesada. Play on the near side. Yes, it did. This was the chance just a few moments ago. Jesus Godinez, Herediano's number 9. To put it on frame, it's actually Herediano's first shot on target in the match. They didn't have any in the first half. Bunch of half chances, and Godinez, for example, had an overhead kick, missed the frame by quite a few feet. Godinez with the hold-up play here, trying to get Roca and Bolaños involved up front, but Diriangén clear their lines. There's been a lot of challenges like that in the game so far. Very physical. In the end there, the challenge does lead to a free kick for Herediano. The set piece. Good challenge initially by Luis Coronel. They shepherded out for a corner for Herediano. Ronaldo Araya will take the set piece, whips in a good ball as well, and it just needed to be redirected on target. One or two heads went up for Herediano, but no one could really put it on frame here. Godinez was in the area, but he didn't get his head to it. It was just in front of him where the head made contact with the ball, but not enough to trouble Alfonso Quesada. In goal for Diriangén, and he's the one who clears their lines. It's another foul, another free kick. Oh, and Rubio, he's booked here. Another look at this. He puts his hand up to Uter's face, and Rubio, I believe, has already been booked here. Now, wait a minute. More things are flaring up on this near side. I thought that Rubio already been booked in the match, and he has been. It appears this is going to be his second yellow, and he's going to walk here. Everardo Rubio is sent off for Herediano. His second yellow leads to a red, and Herediano are down to 10 for the remainder of this Group C encounter. Did get the video confirmation of the red as well. We saw the second yellow come out. We were waiting for the red. It did come. And Herediano, and it looked like they were about to snatch some momentum back. They'd gotten a couple of shots on frame, and now they are down to 10 for the last 40 minutes and change. And now, ball is into the penalty area for Bouter. Offside claims have been waved away. Play continues. Ball is lofted into the penalty area, and Cruz, he's able to get down and make the catch. Bolaños and Roca came on as halftime substitutes for Queiroz and for Bran for Herediano, but the halftime adjustments that Justin Campos has made in some ways have gone up in smoke here after Everardo Rubio lifted his elbow a little bit too high and made contact with the head of the opposition player, and it leads to a second yellow and a sending off. Well, Herediano's work has just gotten quite a bit harder here in the second half. An opportunity certainly knocks now for Diriangén. Can they take advantage of the man advantage? Deal with the set piece initially. Luis Coronel clears it out for a throw. Was that a foul? Yes, it was. Free kick. Aguilar wins a set piece for the visitors. There were 6 yellows to keep an eye on going into the second 45, and unfortunately one of them has turned into a red, as we talked about earlier with Everardo Rubio. Diaz gets his head to it. Ball is played centrally. Oh, it's a spinning shot and it's gone in! Lovely turning effort. Fernan Ferron equalizes for Herediano. And the Costa Ricans, down to 10 men, have found an equalizing goal. Can you believe that? What a response from the former champions. And just when it looked like Diriangén could really take control over this game, they've been pegged back. And again, the goal is scored from a set piece, headed in by Godinez, and then great centering pass. But look at the spin, the whip, and the shot. That's a defender, by the way, Fernan Ferron. Lovely technique, and it's a very, very good finish. And with 35 minutes to play, Herediano are down to 10, but they've equalized 1-1 in Nicaragua. Well, sometimes throwing out the game plan, and I'm not saying that Herediano did that, but they took a bit of a shock to the system, going down to 10. They needed to show some fight, some belief, and they have found a remarkable response here. They do say sometimes going up a player can be the worst thing that could happen to a team as far as the mental side of things, and Diriangén need to find themselves again here. Good ball into the middle from Moncada. He's dealt with, but it'll stay with Diriangén via a corner here. There's the back end of the goal. Fernan Ferron. And he's a defensive player as well. It was just such a tidy finish. You'd expect that from Godinez or Tejada, one of the attacking players from Herediano. But it's one of the defensive boys who bails out the former champions here. Diriangén looking to answer, but it's Cruz for Herediano who leaps highest. We've had a couple of big twists and turns in this second half. And there's still plenty of time left in this Group C tilt. Coronel out to the far side. Teles, the captain for Diriangén, does ever so well to keep possession. And in the end, just runs out of space and time. And now can Herediano, can they gain and grow in confidence here? They do win a throw-in on the far side. The complexion of the game has changed twice in very short order. Herediano go down to 10, but then minutes later, they find an equalizing goal. It could totally change the complexion of the game. And who knows, maybe even the group. Martinez, great hold-up play. Tejada lets that run for Aguilar. Aguilar outside of his left boot, places it in behind Roca. Roca goes down. It's a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. Yellow card is out for Francisco Flores. And our Herediano starting to really pick up some steam here. Ooh, was there contact there? Two looks at it. Oh, it must have been on the front end. That little touch on the boot near the ground must have been enough. Not much protest from Flores. I think that was the reason why. The first look almost looked as if that Roca threw himself to the ground, but I don't think that was the case. There was contact on the second angle there. And Aguilar stands over the set piece here for Herediano. In a game where all three results now are very much possible. Aguilar for Herediano from the set piece. Pokes it through. It was a little back-heeled attempt. At the back post, it's chipped into the middle. Nearly a free header. It's Ferron again! And a foul in the middle is a free kick in the end for Diriangén. There was a couple of handball appeals in the mix. The hosts didn't quite deal with that on the first two times of asking, but they're bailed out by the referee's whistle. There was a hand in there, it must be said, but I think that the follow-through from the goal scorer Ferron was just before the handball. If he hadn't have followed through with his high leaping challenge, Herediano may have had a case for a penalty there, but not to be in the end. You see on your screen there, 8 yellows between the two teams. And technically, 2 reds as well. Not technically, there have been 2 reds, but not 2 players, not on both occasions. And there's another late challenge. Moncada, this time, almost asking for a yellow, and it comes. Well, out of all of the challenges tonight, that one might have been the most unnecessary. A bit of frustration from Jonathan Moncada. Very clear that Cruz is going to get the ball there, and Moncada didn't need to do that. He should have no complaints about that. It's very clear that he bumps into the goalkeeper. That's a yellow card. The other red card, I should say, again, we already saw that Everardo Rubio for Herediano has been sent off with a second yellow. It was for Diriangén's head coach, Jose Giacon, in the first half. Sent off for dissent for Diriangén, so they've been in charge, or under the tutelage of that man, Diego Giacon. We still have just over half an hour left. See if this one will be settled. Herediano still have to fight with just 10 on the pitch, but now that they've gotten a goal back, that be what sets them off to a winning position, or can Diriangén find the magic from the first 20 minutes again? Bolaños into the middle. It's dangerous again. Picked up by Roca. Great little maneuver by Roca to keep possession. Ball is sent back into the penalty area, headed out of trouble for now. And a bit of a coming together there sees Diriangén in a pressure-alleviating free kick. Cornell gets to the ball first, but it is Tejada, who is on a yellow card himself. Has to be careful in moments like that. But it's just a foul, and we continue on with 30 minutes of the 90 left. Ricocheted off of Buter. Herediano keep it on the near side, and Herediano brain trust still trying to figure out a way that their 10 men here can leave Nicaragua with 3 points. It's very much up for grabs. Well, it's been a contest that has lived up to the competition's history and its passion and its drama. We could still have a few more twists and turns tonight. This is just the opening game of the group between these two. There's still plenty more group stage action to go. These two teams trying to chase down Comunicaciones, who got the first 3 points on the board. This, well, initially looked like it was going to go Diriangén's way. It hasn't. It's going to be an Herediano restart here. It's for that little touch on the way through Moncada. That's why you don't pick up a silly yellow card earlier. That could have been dangerous. In the end, it's just out of play. Herediano reset from their own 6-yard box. Comunicaciones winning by 3-1 against Real España. That's the only other final result in the group. It was last night. Motagua and Alajuelense have made statements in Group D as well. They both have 3 points on the board. Now Herediano trying to find some space again in behind, and some pulling and some pushing, and then a bit of a lash out there at the tail end. Well, it was Eric Tellez, the captain for Diriangén, who lifted his arm at the end of that sequence. He was the one that was being pulled back for quite some time. It's his challenge that gets Diriangén out of trouble, and then just wouldn't be let go. And, well, it must be said, he does lift his arm, but Bolaños, who was holding him the whole time, did not have any contact with that arm. He just threw himself to the ground, it must be said. Good refereeing. Sent over the top. Zapata for Diriangén. This is Moncada. Luis Coronel. Scavaliz. It's floated into the penalty area, and Cruz had to be careful with Luis Coronel continuing his run. He does come up with the ball in the end, Aaron Cruz. Cruz with a delightful outlet ball there. Herediano in a good position to keep possession and maybe attack. Eduardo Rubio was sent off earlier in this half. That is why Herediano are down to 10. But moments after that, Fernan Ferron equalized for Herediano. That's where we stand at the moment after the opener in the first half from Copete. Herediano looked to build again. Copete went down in the penalty area, didn't quite deal with it fully. Aguilar picks up the pieces for Herediano. Aguilar into the penalty area, plays the ball across. No one could get a boot to it for Roca runs out of room. It's a goal kick. The substitute couldn't quite turn the corner on that far side. Good defending on the midfielder, Matias Gavaliz. Aguilar. Ball was threaded through into the middle of the park. Ronaldo Araya. It's helped along to the far side. Tejada makes the run. Kennedy Roca weaving his way through into the penalty area. Is he brought down? Referee says no. We play on. Diriangén come out with possession. Gavaliz looks to lead the break. He's brought down, and it's a free kick. We told you he's physical. Herediano are going to make a couple of substitutions here. Araya is going to come off. Jalen Hayden is going to come on. Keisher Fuller is going to come on for Herediano as well. And Elias Aguilar is going to come off. Double switch for Herediano. Is threaded into the penalty area, and Herediano under some pressure. They do deal with it. Keisher Fuller was on the Herediano team that won the CONCACAF League, as it was known then, back in 2018. He's played for Costa Rica national team 37 times in his career. Was on the Gold Cup roster this past Gold Cup tournament. So Costa Rica get to the quarterfinals before being knocked out by eventual winners Mexico. This is more of the coming togethers that we've seen tonight, and Ferron, frankly, again, throws himself to the ground. Must have known that Jason Coronel is on a yellow card, trying to see if the referee would give another. Herediano will play on here. Don't always love to see that, it must be said. Players trying to get each other sent off, but it is, at times, unfortunately, part of the game. Diriangén regather themselves here in the second half. They had the lead for over half an hour. And they still have a man advantage. Can they use it to their advantage? They haven't been able to yet. Nice little turn in behind Coronel to the far side. Hernandez back across. He took a deflection on the way through here. And Luis Coronel tried to take aim. Jason Coronel couldn't keep it alive, but it's kept alive by Melvin Hernandez. Coronel comes together again with Ferron. This time it is going to be a foul and a free kick for Herediano. Diriangén are going to make two changes here. Jason Ingram, Ishmael Ndaeta are going to come on. Jonathan Moncada, who's on a yellow card, and Luis Coronel are both going to exit here for the hosts. It's the first two changes that Diriangén have made tonight. They waited till 70th minute to make the alterations. Must be said, they're both attacking changes. They're still going for this. As you might expect, Diriangén, they have a man up and are a goal away from not only a historic win, but being joint leaders in Group C. Behind on goal difference, of course, but it's really about the points to start things off, and then hopefully the goal difference goes your way if it has to at the end. Right now, both teams on the live table are sitting on just the point, which would leave Comunicaciones at the top of Group C. And of course, Aguila are waiting for their first match of this group stage as well. I believe they do play Diriangén on August 17th, so they will play the Nicaraguan side. And that is in 2 weeks' time from tonight. Nice little turn on this near side. Ronaldo Araya. Diriangén get the possession back. 20 minutes left to play, plus potentially some injury time. Nice touch by Fuller. Fuller again on this near side. Tries to weave his way around a challenge from Hernandez. He's dispossessed. And Hernandez couldn't dribble past 2 or 3 Herediano players. Araya in behind. Maybe a chance here. Bolaños crosses it into the middle. Well held by Quesada. Cornell. Hernandez. Substitute. Mendieta. Zapata out wide. Can Diriangén create a chance from this? The ball is whipped into the penalty area, headed out. Easy enough for Herediano defensively. No second ball to be won for the hosts. Costa Rican side can reset. First time ball out from Fuller. On to the path of Araya. Martinez gets it back down this near side. It's played centrally. Could open up here for Herediano. It was a crucial last-ditch challenge, and Tejada had a brief opportunity there to take aim. Decided against it and was closed down. See there, briefly opens up here for the captain, but I will say on top of the fact that he was closed down, his touch lets him down as well. Fuller. Sent all the way back, reset by Sulto. Was whipped into the penalty area. It's nearly flicked on. Oh, another bicycle kick from Cortines, who could have maybe turned to his left. But he did see players around him, and again, he goes for the spectacular instead. Roca flicked it on. And Jesus Godinez maybe could have done a little bit more with that in the end, from an Herediano point of view. He'd almost let it run a little bit past him with a touch. He would have been in behind. He went for the overhead kick and sent it well over the top of the bar. Cavalese resets the possession with just over 15 minutes of the 90 left. This game almost begging for a winning goal. Can one of these two teams find it? Was threaded through, looking for the substitute Jason Ingram. Couldn't find him. Out for a goal kick it goes. These two have been fighting each other tooth and nail for 75 minutes. Is there to be a late moment? Herediano certainly hopes so. Roca. Great ball across. Fuller gets on the end of it and takes aim. It's blocked away. Indieta with a crucial challenge, and then ends up going Diriangén's way in the middle of the park with a free kick. That was the reason why. A little push after the ball was released. See there, Herediano now leading 6-4 in shots. But it must be added, both teams have only had one shot on target, and it's been the 2 goals that have been scored tonight. So besides the actual balls that have gone in to the back of the net, there have been too many other close calls, but there have been a lot of half chances. Jesus Godinez gets on the end of this for Herediano. Now it's Bolaños who tries to cross it into the middle. Copete, who opened the scoring, defends it, but concedes a corner to the visitors in the process. Copete scored back in the 15th minute. Here he does the good work defensively, but does concede the set piece. From the corner, it's just about kept in. Not sure what the initial idea was. It actually goes from bad to worse from Herediano because the offside flag is up. It's rare that a team has an offside flag go up on a corner. That's exactly what's happened here. I think it happened before that tail end of the sequence. Just miscommunication, frankly, on the set piece. Herediano haven't had that happen yet tonight. Substitution, Diriangén. Zapata is going to come off. Jarek Mercedes is going to come on for the hosts. It's another attacking change for Diriangén. Can Diriangén find that second goal, a goal that could be a winning goal? Herediano, despite being down to 10, have looked the more likely. They've not been able to get another shot on target since Fernand Ferron equalized earlier in the half. Copete. Cavalese. Buter helps out. Cavalese again. Buter's in space here. Tries to loop it over the top, and in the end gave Cruz plenty of time to get on the end of it. He was almost trying to find Caceres through the middle, but instead of playing it to feed, he tried to loop it over the top, and that gave Aaron Cruz enough time to get to it. Little flick by Roca. No Roca's been active since coming on. He gets past a man here on the far side. Roca's ball into the penalty area. Still maybe a chance to create something from this. Bolaños just curled into the penalty area. It was the right idea. Initially, nobody in yellow and red could get to it before Quesada could. It was in from Ronaldo Araya. To nobody in particular in the end. Final 10 minutes here in Nicaragua. If it holds, these two teams will be joint second in Group C on 1 point each. Comunicaciones would stay atop the group for now. España would stay at the bottom of the group, and then Aguila, who haven't played yet, enter the fray in 4th place. But there is still time left for a late moment of decisiveness. Chested down by Mendieta. Substitute gets it right back. Outside of the boot pass, centrally. Gets it to Coronel initially. Out wide for Ingram. Jason Ingram threading it through. Nice little ball in behind. Just flared out wide, centering ball in to Bouter, who couldn't quite head it down into the path of a teammate, and that's miscontrolled by Haddon. And it's going to be a corner kick for Diriangén. Diriangén find some more magic from a set piece, from a corner kick. It's how they scored their first goal at the other end in the first half. 82nd minute in Nicaragua. It's a good ball in, but nobody really attacks it, and it's easy enough for Aaron Cruz. Ferron, the goal scorer, out wide, Haddon. Roca does well again, but can't find a teammate in the penalty area. Cut out by Coronel. Diriangén looking to break the other way again. Bouter. It's a good hold-up play. Can he find somebody? And he settles for a back pass. These two have certainly not pulled any punches tonight. It has been a heck of a battle. Is there one more moment left in it? Aviles tried to find it. And in the end, he sends it well over the top. He even had some space to run into there. CS Cavaliers, but in the end, sent it soaring over the top. Well, Miguel Bouter could have been taken out a couple of times in the first half. He is stuck with it tonight. He is finally taken off here in the 84th minute. Sean Forbes is going to take his place. It's a like-for-like change in the attack. Diego Giacon in for Jose Giacon, who was sent off in the first half. Head coach for the hosts. His boys use the fresh legs and the man advantage to find a late winning goal, or is it going to be Herediano coming from behind to either salvage a point or maybe steal all three? Ronaldo Araya is going to exit here for Herediano. Aaron Salazar is going to come on. It's more of a defensive change from an Herediano point of view. Maybe happy with just the point, although they haven't played like that since they've gone down to 10. Well, from the throw, shot does come weaving in. Ishmael Ndieta, he can't hit the target. Can someone find a winning goal in the last 5 minutes? It could mean so much in this Group C, the CONCACAF Central American Cup. Sean St. Jacques here with you, our entire crew. We've enjoyed it so far. We hope you have as well. Is there a climax at the end waiting for us? Ingram down the far side for Diriangén. He's done well. Gets into the penalty area. Ingram! Side netting. Oh, it's a spectacular run. And the substitute, Jason Ingram, nearly won the game by himself, but couldn't hit the target. Worth another look. He does so well to cut back onto his right. He gets the shot past two defenders, but it goes wide of the goal, and Cruz may have had it covered anyway, to be fair to him. It is a wonderful effort from Jason Ingram. Just couldn't find the finishing touch to put it on frame. Good effort there defensively by Kaysher Fuller, the Costa Rican international. Brings it back. The 15th minute goal by Luis Copete canceled out. Fernan Ferron's 52nd minute equalizing goal. Moments after, Herediano went down to 10 men. Everardo Rubio was sent off for a second yellow. And the scoreline hasn't changed since then here in Nicaragua. Another good opportunity here maybe for Kennedy Roca. Two men on him. He nearly got past both of them. He does well in the end, the substitute. He wins a corner for the visitors. I have to say, Herediano have handled going down to 10 rather well in this match. The opportunities for Diriangén have been few and far between, and they've looked more likely in different passages of this second interval. Our referee tonight, Nelson Salgado's had his hands full, but he's handled it well. So far, he continues to try and keep the peace inside the penalty area. Cross comes in from Roca. And there is an infraction inside the penalty area. It's a free kick to the hosts. Another look again. Godinez was closest to it for Herediano, but was not able to really wrap his boot around it. Had some defenders in front of him. Good challenge defensively. Melvin Hernandez on the scene, although he's holding his leg after the challenge. Herediano build again here as we enter the 90th minute. Kaysher Fuller gets some space, assesses his options. He's able to find the substitute, Bolaños. Fuller into the penalty area, and the header couldn't be redirected centrally. Salazar picks up the pieces And in the end, curls one out of play. It's a goal kick. Substitute trying to re-enter it, to find a teammate. In the end, to no avail for the visitors tonight, the Costa Ricans. Cavaliers. And again. This is going to be brought back, another head-to-head collision, at least that's what it looked like. Free kick for Diriangén as we enter 5 added minutes at the end of this knockdown, drag-out affair. Still plenty of time left for a winner to be claimed. As you can see, the heads going up there. Both players appear to be okay. Valise has a set piece here for Diriangén. And the hosts find a chance out of it. It's headed centrally into the penalty area, but a foul is called. And the header in the end was too much over the back, if you will. The opposition player by Luis Scopete scored the opening goal of the match. It's a free kick for Herediano. Is a little bit slow to continue here, but he's going to run back to position for now. Sent back in by Haddon. Herediano's turn to try to find some late magic. Roca's pressure nearly led to an interception, but in the end it's a free kick. 2 collapsed on Francisco Flores. Diriangén get the free kick. I think it was maybe for a Roca nudge in the back. 2 of the 5 minimum of stoppage time have been played here. Copete. Herediano might feel that they've done well here to leave Nicaragua with a point after going down to 10 men. Diriangén had the lead. They had a man advantage for a good chunk of this second half. Maybe they will feel less happy. It's always tough to tell with a point in a group stage who should feel better of the 2 teams, but it's been knocked down, drag out so far, that's for sure. And that nearly opened up for Forbes. Couldn't really wrap his boot around it. Both teams still fighting, though. There's still 2 minutes left. Forbes thought he was fouled. So did the bench on the near side. It's boiling over again. Bolaños, Fuller, and others not happy with Melvin Hernandez, who thought that he'd won a free kick for Diriangén, and now the referee is waiting to let the dust settle here. It has been kind of boiling over for a big chunk of this match. This has been the tipping point, maybe, of that. And the goalkeepers have come out to get involved as well. It's a bit of a microcosm of the game as a whole, and actually now the referee has brandished a card here. Gaviles, I should say, has been booked. And Bolaños has been booked as well. Neither of them had been booked already. It's their first yellows. But I think that the challenge went Herediano's way. So did Bolaños get booked for this, the challenge, or was it booked for getting involved with Gavaliz off the ball? Becomes the question there. Regardless, it appears that's all that's been handed out. Bit of a wry smile from Copete. It's been that kind of night. Oh, and maybe the wry smiles because he's been booked as well. Other yellow cards come out. Well, my sheet is almost full as far as marking down the bookings in this match. So many yellows. We've had a couple of reds as well. In the end, it finishes honors even in Nicaragua. Well, it was a heavyweight bout in this Group C encounter in the CONCACAF Central American Cup. In the end, if you will, it's a majority draw between Diriangén of Nicaragua and Herediano of Costa Rica. Well, the visitors finished with 10 men, but in the end, both teams finished with just a goal apiece. They'll be tied for second in Group C after one match day. It's Comunicaciones leading the way right now in Group C with 3 points. And after a very hard-fought match between these two, it finishes 1 goal apiece. Maybe Herediano will feel a little bit better about it after they went down to 10. But in the end, both teams leave with a point and with plenty of promise still to play out in this CONCACAF Central American Cup. Remember, this is the first meeting in nearly 30 years between these two, and these two sets of fans that in many ways lived up to the billing. And Diriangén had the lead, they had a man advantage, but in the end, Herediano fight back. They get a point, both teams had a chance to win it, and in the end it finishes 1 goal apiece. I'm Sean St. Jacques for our entire crew. We say so long from Nicaragua. It finishes Diriangén 1, Club Sport Herediano 1.